What is the desert? There? We go there?
Yes.
What is the camel? Camel. Hadra? Mr. Camel is here. He's not afraid. Here's the line. The end of tarmac. From now on, the desert starts. Everything from here, for the next 100 or so kilometers, is sand only. The last piece of tarmac with my back tires. That's what it is. Have a look. Tarmac. Desert. That way. So we are in the desert. We need to deflate our tires. You need this little piece of equipment that loosens or removes the valve altogether. When you remove the valve, make sure that you don't lose it. And then knowing roughly how long it takes, you can just count seconds. For me, it will be about 30. Driving on the sand is like sailing. There is a sort of inertia. The car wants to go somewhere, and before you want to turn, you have to decide that you'll be turning and only then start turning, and it happens moments later. Everything is soft. Everything is smooth. It's really great. Such a lovely experience. Well, as I said, driving in the desert is fun, but you have to be careful. Driving in the middle of the day, it's more difficult because the dunes don't cast shade and you can't tell whether there is a hole waiting for you. So you drive, and suddenly there is this thing. But this thing could be 30 meters long, and your car could be sliding down faster than you really want. Can you brake? No, it's dangerous. So be careful. Sometimes 1 meter drop is enough to immobilize your car for good. So careful with driving during the full sun, midday, and also careful with fast driving, especially if you're not very experienced. You see, an interesting fact about Bidiyah is that the winds mostly blow from the east and from the south. And the dunes are so-called linear dunes. So if you look at Google Maps or any satellite map, you will see that that's pretty much what Bidiyah looks like, with a dune and then interdune between them, another dune and another interdune between them. And at the bottom of these you would typically have Bedu roads. Well, they are not actually roads, there are no roads, these are tracks. In this one, as you can see, there's at least 1, 2, 3 tracks. And over there, there is a dune, probably about 300 meters wide, maybe a bit longer, wider, and another dune there. And then behind that dune, there's an interdune. And it goes all the way up for about 100 kilometers. All right, so what can you do in the desert? There are a couple of places where you can actually go quad biking. And then you could cycle. Yes, I wouldn't go deep in the desert to cycle. You could ride a camel or a horse if you find somebody to let you do that, or have an organized tour, organize it for you. But what many people do, they come here with a heavily modified, pimped up cars. They choose a dune and they go up that dune without any limits. This dune is not very high, but then there are dunes 3, 4, 5 times higher and much, much steeper. If a car has well over 1,000 horsepower, well, they can climb it. You'd be surprised. They just churn out sand like these crazy machines. Unfortunately, they do damage vegetation too. Now, we are at the top of the dune. It's evening, and every time you are here during the evening time, there is wind. But look at the reward. Look at what you get. That's what you get. Have a look. Isn't it amazing? So here is the recipe for happiness. Come to Bidiyah, sit on the top of the dune, get your sunset, and stay for the night. You don't need more than that.